The high blood sugars, probably in the early stages of my well, it was alcoholism, but and the dosage of alcohol too, with the high calorie intake. Yes, there was a lot of high blood sugars, and there would have been a lot of kidney damage and things like that as well. At that point, I eventually had to just cease drinking alcohol completely. I'm dry at this point, but I'm still an alcoholic as well.
Ways how the alcohol affects us. What happens is a lot of times our people are disconnected, and they're living their life as an intellect, live in their head. And what happens is they become disconnected with their heart. So and that's what they need to do, is get back into connecting with their heart and learning how to feel again, and learning, whether it's negative feelings or positive feelings, but to connect with that again. So, and how you connect the head with the heart is you have to use the truth. One of the things with alcohol, I'll speak from my own experiences. I drank when I was younger, I guess like the rest of our people. And what happened was I decided to quit, and I was sleeping one night, and what happened was I could sense something up in the ceiling, and I had my bed on the floor, and what happened is that thing was coming down, and I was moving around, and I wouldn't accept this thing until I calmed down, and then it just seemed like it came right inside me. And I asked an elder what that was later on, and they said that was your spirit coming back to you.
We're also dealing with food. I think it's a big issue. We don't know how to express that we love each other, that we're pleased, so feed them. We don't, we're angry and upset and lack of control in our lives, and so, we cook and, throw some food on the table. We look at situations where we don't know how to handle stress, we don't know how to plan, we eat. I mean, I see those kinds of issues in terms of an emotional response and maybe even a spiritual response. Maybe we're trying to fill ourselves up. We're not just trying to fill up our hearts, but we're also trying to fill our spirit up.
Processed foods, I think, is one of the killers of our people today. Processed food. I grew up in a time when everyone gardened. We grew our own food. So we knew what our food contained, and we knew how to eat and how to balance the nutrients, or the medicine, as I call it, of the food. I grew up in a time when everyone in our community of Six Nations took traditional medicine. So what happened was there was a real balance of our food as medicine, and our medicine as food.
There's an old teacher of mine, Dr. Kegler, who practiced until he was 90, and he said most of us dig our graves with knives and forks.
When you talk to people that are involved in diabetic classes, they say to avoid fast foods, and that's what we've become, as a fast food junkie society. So it's hard to change from that. And being a throwaway society, that's part of the problem. I remember eating raccoon and porcupine when I was younger, and like now you go fishing and netting fish, and you're very selective about which fish you keep, like pickerel, bass, suckers, and carp like that you throw away, where when I was younger, we ate that. Because the point was you ate it or you were going to go hungry the next day or the day after.
With the school that was just recently built in Manjikaning, with the planning of nutrition programs, we've taken out the fried chicken, which was part of, I believe, every school in the area. I understand that, and with our community, we've taken that out of the menu. Been doing a lot of prevention work, and if people just turn their minds to a positive direction, then I'm certain that we're going to go places.
This is my sunshine. She's Osawnibish, von Mianskum. She's called Osawnibish because she was born on the first day of spring, March 20th, 1995. And her name means yellow flower. I'm so happy that everything turned out well because it was a little bit frightening. Deemed high risk, in pregnancy. I had to go to the doctors every single week. It's not like a regular pregnancy where you go maybe once a month to go and check up. It was like every week I was in the doctor's office getting my blood pressure checked, going for ultrasounds, sitting in labs, and making sure that everything was all right. One of the things about gestational diabetes is that the babies are big. And I was 36 weeks about there, whatever. They were saying, oh, she's about 10 pounds. Well, they didn't tell me it was a she. They didn't know what it was. But your baby's about 10 pounds, and your baby's getting way too big for the stage that it's supposed to be, and you're not even you're not even your full pregnancy yet. And I don't know. I thought, oh boy, big baby, ouch. It's just like, but when she came out, she was only 7 pounds, and she was a little bit sick. She was. They had to put her in an incubator right away, test her, and make sure because I think there's some nerve complications too with moms who are on insulin or who have gestational diabetes. That's what was most in my mind, was how is it going to impact her, or like I'm trying to be a really calm mother. I'm trying to instill those things about being peaceful, about I don't know, just being happy. If you have a happy pregnancy, your child will be happy, and that's the thing that I wanted the most. But there was a lot of stress. I have to worry about her still because I'm her mother. She's my daughter. We have a genetic link.